We're going to take you back to the 1960s when in one part of New York they had Motown and rhythm and blues and soul. And then we had another part where we had rock and roll, and another part in El Barrio had Latin music. And all of those things came together because the musicians were friendly with each other. And Tito Puente and Joe Cuba and all those musicians were friendly with the jazz musicians, and the jazz musicians were friendly with the soul musicians. They formed a new craze called the Boogaloo. I know you guys dance cha-cha with this, but we're going to hope that you like it as much as we like it like that.
All right, guys. Have you enjoyed the concert? Do you want to go on? I can't hear you. Do you want to go?
So we got a request to play an old Joe Cuba classic that was then recorded by a band that I musically directed and created for the great New York City Torres and his Mambo Orchestra. I was his musical director. He started with me and the joke that he fished with me. He's one of the great dancers in the history of his music. His children are carrying on the tradition, and he still does a lot of workshops and performances. And then we also recorded it with the Allstars Orchestra out in Yanina. And in English, out in Yanina.